What happens when the strongest man on earth decides to start smashing faces?
Check the legs and look above it. It's
Mariusz Pudzianowski is a truly unique fighter who understood that his extraordinary strength as a strongman would put him on the top of the fighting world by completely crushing his opponents. Today we review the knockouts of a man that scared fighters just like Iron Mike.
And it looks like Mariusz Pudzianowski wants to run.
Pudzianowski's legacy was cemented by his incredible 5-time victory at the World's Strongest Man competition, a record-setting accomplishment that secured his place as a legend in strength sports. In addition to his strongman triumphs, Pudzianowski ventured into mixed martial arts, a bold and unexpected move that showcased his adaptability and fearless spirit. Despite lacking formal training in martial arts, Pudzianowski's raw power and athleticism allowed him to compete at a high level. In his very first professional fight, it was clear he wasn't there for technique. He came to brawl like it was a street fight.
Będą decydowały pięści, będą decydowały jego 25 kg.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, ale mocny low kick biega w wykonaniu. Kłopoty Najmana.
A w tej chwili próbuje chwycić Najmana. Low kicki to wymyślił Mirek Okniński.
Ale się awansuje! Pudzianowski!
Mariusz Pudzianowski okłada Najmana. Ametisty spadają na głowę Najmana. Koniec walki. Mariusz Pudzianowski!
After only 3 fights, Pudzianowski found himself face-to-face with the iconic heavyweight Eric Butterbean Esch, a clash few expected so soon.
Czyli najcięższe wcielenie zła w ringu, jakie widzieliśmy.
Butterbean didn't hesitate to put his boxing skills on full display.
W nogi, taka była taktyka przygotowana na Butterbeana. Uciekać od tej prawej, bardzo mocnej.
Człowiek, jakiego widzieliśmy, żadnej bijatyki, z Butterbeana uciekać z narożnika. To powinien robić Pudzianowski.
But Mariusz eventually brought him to the ground and came dangerously close to smashing his face in.
Wejście do nogi! Jest Mariusz!
Jeden, drugi, trzeci, czwarty. Tylko żeby nie zapamiętał się w tej walce, no może jeszcze dźwignie pociągnie. Pudzianowski na górze, Pudzianowski atakuje.
Musi minąć tą zasłonę z rąk rywala Mariusz Pudzianowski. Dużo ciosów młotkowych, dużo ciosów wystrzelił teraz Pudzianowski. Mariusz więcej tych ciosów, jeszcze więcej. Koniec!
Drzewa umierają stojąc.
Following such an impressive performance, the natural next step was to pit Mariusz against kickboxing star Bob Sapp. Though Sapp appeared more menacing than previous opponents, his outcome would be no different.
Szybko patrzą, bo może nie trwać długo.
Rozpędził się Pudzilla z początkiem tego pojedynku. Kolana! Niczym Ramon Dekery strzela teraz w głowę bestii Mariusz.
Przegrał, a w 16 i Pudziana rozpoczyna dewastującą pracę. Zapna deska, Pudzian atakuje, Thunder patrzy, czy nie przerwać tej walki. Oglądali Państwo przed chwilą jednoosobowe przedsiębiorstwo rozrywkowe.
We'd seen the Polish giant finish fights well, but we hadn't yet witnessed a single massive punch that truly showcased his raw power. In the fight against Rolls Gracie, we finally saw exactly what we were waiting for.
Ciężkie bomby.
Gracie jest wyższy od Pudziana, ale widać, że jest inaczej zbudowany niż Mariusz Pudzianowski, mistrzem nokautu. Mariusz Pudzianowski z najszybszym zakończeniem tej walki.
A devastating right cross sent Gracie into oblivion, forcing him to tap out immediately.
Robi kroki w kierunku.
Every single one of Mariusz's knockouts happened in the very first round, yet no one had challenged his fighting abilities fully until now. Erko Jun was the first to challenge him, and from the very start of the fight showed no mercy.
Quick, and he needs to keep out of the way, because if Mariusz Pudzianowski takes him to the ground, well, I think it could be all over. But Jun understands that. The low kicks and the pleaser here, trying to unite the Balkans. Powerful low kick there from Pudzianowski. But Pudzianowski, having a care, bullies his man up against the ropes as Erko Jun gets pinned. We're trying to pull you down, but this is where Jun now comes into his own. He'll be looking for the strikes, and Pudzianowski knows it. Jun learns the strikes. going back in. There's the knee strike of Pudzianowski.
They were practically trying to rip each other's heads off.
And really landing the shots. The left hand catches Pudzianowski again. And there again, those big heavy hands. Pudzianowski tries to take it to the mat. You know, we'll find out.
He's been rattled a couple of times so far, Will. Eriko's doing a good job. I think he's got his back to space where he wants it, but this is what he did. Come on, double unders to the outside trip.
Well, that's what he didn't want. And I said, as soon as he went to the ground.
In the second round, he almost forced the Polish fighter to submit with a barrage of punches, but a foul spared Mariusz from a heavy beating.
Mariusz Pudzianowski now in a world of pain. Eriko Yun, round and pound. And that's the key word here. And the referee has to step in, starting to blow. And, you know, Pudzianowski starting to take shots, goes for the shoot, but Eriko Yun fires in the shot. These are landing like ballistic missiles, and Eriko Yun just has to be a bit more thoughtful about what he's doing. But Pudzianowski eating shots here like it's going out of fashion.
He's got to be careful he doesn't punch himself. Pudzian on the ropes, on the wire, gets the double leg.
He regained his composure, and eventually, the referee stepped in to save his opponent.
About taking an arm. For a second, Pudzian was holding on to an arm, but I think this is a smarter strategy. Sit low on the hips, keep punching. Referee giving a warning here. This looks close.
Well, that's it. It's all over, and Pudzianowski has done it. Eriko Yun has not been able to respond.
Ogniem piekielnym.
Pudzianowski went up against his fellow Pole, Juradkowski, in a battle between the nation's two strongest fighters.
Ze strony Jurkowskiego. Najpierw lewy prosty, który szlifowany ma być ta broń, która ma powstrzymywać Pudzianowskiego. Pudzianowski chce być bliżej Jurkowskiego. I w tej chwili dobrze. Pudzianowski zdaje sobie sprawę, że te kopnięcia w łydkę
te kolana Jurasa nie są najlepsze. Teraz trafił chyba Łukasz Jurkowski. Zachwiał się Mariusz.
Jeszcze raz próba wysokiego kopnięcia, ale to lewy prosty robi robotę. Starał się hakiem w wątrobę trafić Pudzianowskiego. Ten przybiera Jurkowski.
Jurkowski landed some solid punches on Mariusz in the first round, making it clear he intended to drag him into deep trouble.
Z siebie będzie niezwykle trudno. No już jakieś sukcesy zanotował Jurkowski. Wielu mówiło, że do niej nie dojdzie.
In the second round, Mariusz appeared dominant while his opponent seemed to accept defeat, realizing victory was out of reach.
Zdecydował się na takie techniki, które są ryzykowne. Właśnie skutkują
Jest pierwszy z tych potwornie mocnych kamerfistów, który trafi.
No a Juras też ma prawo nie być w formie pozwalającej wstać.
Kilogramy, choć nie jest tych kilogramów dużo. 115 Pudzianowski zrzucał do tej walki. No jeżeli on wstanie, to będzie to tylko i wyłącznie ogromny błąd Pudzianowskiego, ale nie uda.
Unexpectedly, Mariusz was knocked down in the third round.
Pudzianowski za chwilę będzie trafi obrotów wątrobę.
But ultimately, he came back strong and utterly demolished his opponent.
To przerwać. Ręce wykluczone, koniec walki. Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Bombardier, a Senegalese strongman, was considered the only one with a real shot at defeating the Polish sensation. They couldn't have been more wrong.
Well, Pudzianowski there's the technique. Chop the legs. And look at Bombardier. It's Mariusz Pudzianowski. It's an absolute knockdown.
One powerful right hand landed, and it was lights out for Bombardier.
Play here. I look at
In the twilight of his MMA career, Mariusz sought one final challenge to prove to the world that he remained a formidable force. Michał Materla stepped into the fight, ready to throw punches without hesitation.
Michael Bell.
Taylor, it's good coverage, elusiveness, and the right hand.
This is such a perilous, but ready. Materla, the opening gambit, nice and steady, and just look at Pudzianowski bring the action. He pulls in, starts loading in on the punches. He's got a guillotine on there on the wire, but Chipao makes a swift. And for Pudzianowski here, he needs to conserve energy. He doesn't want to gas out, you like. Standing off, there's a grab for the takedown and the knee strike. I mean...
But like the others, he grew overconfident and ended up knocked out.
But just look at the meat and the It's a knockdown! Mariusz Pudzianowski with an uppercut. He takes out
Mariusz eventually suffered 2 consecutive losses and never fought in the octagon again, but his journey remains inspiring. Many claim muscles don't matter in fighting, yet Pudzianowski proved them all wrong.